people, we're going to practice together again today, and my name is Marianne, for those of you that don't know me, and I live in South Africa in a coastal town called Hermanus. Beautiful. Okay, so the first pose, you need to sit on a bolster or on enough height because you're going to sit cross-legged. Get enough height if there's problems with the knees, and then cross your legs. Let's actually start, all of us, with the legs just relaxed in front of us. Now, when you cross the legs, I want the ankles to cross. So it's a soft and open cross called Sukhasana. From here, we want to make sure that we sit upright. So you take your hands and you scoop the buttock flesh back and slightly out to the side so that you're on the pinnacles of those two buttock bones. And then from here, cup your hands over your knees, pull slightly onto them with straight arms and bring the shoulder blades in to lift the chest. And then rest the front body onto the back body. Be careful not to lean forwards or backwards. We tend to look at the screen and reach forwards. So bring yourself absolutely upright. Keep that upright position. Press your hands on your support, fingers facing forwards. You can also be on cupped fingers if you haven't got support. Lift the spine, shoulders back, abdomen to the spine. Feel the lightness in your spine now. Maintain that lightness as you bring your hands in Atmanjali Mudra. Now for a moment, just let the heart space soften. Close your eyes for a moment and be with your breath. Feel the full inhalation and the full exhalation. Then release the hands. We're going to do the first pose. So the first pose, just watch me here, is going to be a twist. And we do together. So inhale, sit upright. Bring your right hand to the outside of your left knee, sit upright and turn around the axis of the spine. Keep on turning around the axis of the spine. I'm just going to change over so that I'm mirror image for you. So keep on lifting, keep on turning, keep on lifting. It's your first twist of the day. Make sure that it's a gentle, gliding, sliding action. We don't want resistance here. If there's resistance, soften. Come to the front, inhale up, exhale over to the other side. For you, it will be your left side. So keep on turning, keep on turning, keep on turning. And come back to center. I think I have my rights and my legs nicely wrong here. Okay, so change the interlock of your legs. Sukhasana, ankles crossed, groin soft, sit upright. So you're now going to do the following. You're going to go to the side. I use my hand to resist and turn, and then my top hand goes up and over. So let's do together. We start with the arms up into Urdhva Hastasana. Go over to the right side first. Inhale, lift, put that left hand on the hip first. Turn to face the ceiling. Inhale, take that left hand up and over, stretch, open up. Now push your right hand further in the floor to get that left buttock to anchor itself to the floor. Beautiful opening of the side body. Inhale, up you come. Exhale, over towards the left side. Press that left hand into the floor, right hand on the hip first, roll up with the right hand and over with the right hand. Now use the left hand, push that right buttock down. Rotate, open, feel the wonderful opening in the body. And then release and come. Okay, so the next pose, so stretch your legs in Dandasana and just observe. So the next is a little sequence of warming up and breath awareness once again. So just observe here. This is your moment of inhalation. This is your moment of exhalation. Inhalation is always all fours. Exhalation is when you go in your dog pose or in your child pose. Okay. So let's start together. Go onto all fours. Careful with knees. If you've got knee issues, you often need to put something behind the knee, but careful. Okay, so extend the toes because you're going to go down first. On all fours, take an inhalation. Exhale as you go down. Adho Mukha Virasana. Stretch the arms, push the buttocks to the heels. Inhale up, tuck the toes. Exhale fully. Find that full exhalation grip. Inhale back to all fours. Exhale back to Adho Mukha Virasana. Inhale back to all fours. Exhale Adho Mukha Svanasana. Last time onto all fours with the inhalation and end with the exhalation Adho Mukha Virasana. And then come up. Okay. So now just find a position to watch. You're going to do Supta Padangusthasana 1 and 2, and then you're going to do something else. So let me show you. So I'm going to show it with my head to the center and my feet to the wall so that you understand that you must have your legs to the wall. So it's briefly I show. My feet are anchored into this beautiful wall of mine, and I've got my strap over the ball mount of my foot. So let's start with this leg bend. You've done your distance, you know you're in the wall here. Okay, so I start with a bent leg, stretch. Second action will be over to the side. Third action will be bend the leg and put the foot on the knee and open up. And just be here for a moment. And then from here, we're going to just hug the leg towards you. You can put your hands around the knee, shin, or hold behind. And then we do the other side. So you now get yourselves with your feet into a wall. I'm going to demonstrate with you sideways here without a wall, so imagine my wall. Okay. Put the strap over your ball mount of your right foot. Make sure that your left foot, if you stretch it straight, is into the wall. You can start with that left leg bend just to adjust. Make sure that the strap is over the ball mount of your right foot. Then extend that left leg. Open it as much as you can to touch the floor. And then gradually you soften into the position, or ease yourself into position. Soften is the wrong word. Rotate your right hip away from your right armpit. So you want to rotate your right hip towards the wall. Make as much space on the right side of the body to unlock any jams in that side body. Work the leg. Back of both knees are open. Now roll the shoulder blades into the chest. The elbows are slightly out to the side to open the chest. Abdomen is soft and the jaw is relaxed. Make sure the head is not thrown back. Inhalation, exhalation. Take another full round of breath here. Take both straps in your right hand. Take the left hand shoulder height. Inhale. As you exhale, start gently taking that right leg towards the left. Right leg to the right. Drop the right elbow to the floor. Now use your left hand. Feel your left hip. And make sure that it stays down. It shouldn't lift at all. If that happens, you've got to lift your right leg a little bit more up. Push your left leg into the wall. Open behind the knee. Try to get the left side of the waist to move down towards the floor. Feel the left side of the body anchoring towards the floor to get the balance in the position. Your whole lower back should be on the floor. Inhale, come up. As you exhale, you bend your left leg. You take your right knee out to the side and put your outer ankle onto your left knee. And just stay there for a moment. You can use your right hand to gently move that knee away from the hip, from the armpit. And if it's in it for you, just for a moment, hug your left leg towards you. So I hold behind my thigh or around the shin. But don't force anything here. Know when you should stop. You're going to feel a wonderful pull in the right gluteus muscle. Flex the right foot and then release. And put both feet on the floor for a moment. Soften the abdomen. Feel the release here. Then you're going to now put the strap over the ball mount of your left foot. Take the left leg up with both hands holding a strap. Straighten your right leg towards the wall. Make sure you're touching the wall with the whole sole of the right foot. And then gradually you move that right leg, the left leg closer in, as much as the hamstring allows. You want to always feel as if you're pulling the foot in but resisting the thigh away of that left leg. Make as much space as you can in that left side of the body. So from the armpit to the hip, open up. Extend into your right leg. Shoulder blades in, chest lifted. Full inhalation and exhalation, both legs working well. Another inhalation, exhalation. Take both straps in the left hand. Put the right hand on that right hip. Take the left leg quietly over to the side, landing on the elbow, extending into both ball mounts of both feet. Abdomen rolling gently towards the right side, and the right outer waistline wants to pin itself down to the floor. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, come up. Bend your right leg. Put your hand behind your left knee. Open that knee. Put the outer ankle onto the knee. Let go of the strap. Let it just hang. And then you work that left knee away from its own armpit. Stay for a moment. Breathe. Feel. And then if it's in it for you, you can lift the right leg up and just hold behind the thigh, or eventually those of you lucky ones, you can hold a little bit more around the shin. Try to keep your shin of your left leg parallel to the wall. Stay like that for a moment. Feel the way it's pulling, and breathe softly into that spot. Never forcing. And then release. Both feet on the floor, knees bent for a moment. Do a little pelvic tilt and hug both knees to the chest. Just soften in this grip. Let the whole body soften in the grip. Abdomen, lower back, everything. And then roll over to the right side and sit up and watch me. So you've got the wall still with you. So I'm going to show you from the side what I'm going to do, and then I'll show it from the side also. So you'll be with both feet into the wall. And I use my edge of my mat as alignment to make sure that I am in the middle. Hand above the ear. Make sure that you don't move away from the wall. And then you take first one leg into the top leg into tree pose, and then you would use the strap or you use your hand and you open up into Anantasana. Now let me quickly show you. If you don't use your strap, you can just use your hand to support that leg. Okay, so let's do it together on the side. So you're going to be on your right side first. Place yourselves absolutely in the middle of the mat with your feet into the wall. Crawl a little bit closer with bent knees and kick into the wall so that you feel it. If you know you're going to use a strap, you put it in position already. And then stretch that right arm straight into the midline of the pose. And keep the elbow there. Don't let the elbow come forward. And place the base of the hand above the ear. Fingers pointing up to the ceiling. Look at me. You don't want to do this story where you rest in the head in the hand. It's just gently there for support. Roll your right right shoulder back so that you seal this little hole on the floor as much as you can. And then from here, flex your feet. The bottom foot, your right foot, be on the little toe and press it. From there, tree pose. You can support yourself on the floor or hold the strap. Bring that left buttock bone forwards, and then from there, hold the big toe, the foot, the leg, whatever you need to hold, and keep on working the bottom little toe into the floor for balance. Bring the top buttock bone forwards, take the shoulder a little bit back, and feel the waist line of the side that you're on, your right side, and push it into the wall. That will, the floor. That will also give you stability. Feel the waist, the side waist pushing into the floor. Don't look down. Smile. And then from here, back to tree pose. Roll onto your tummy for a moment and relax. Hands under the forehead. And then roll onto your left side. So before you even go into the pose, you've got to make sure that you lie absolutely aligned with the mat. So you're totally aligned. And then from there, flex the feet and make sure the left sole of the foot is into the wall. Put your strap over your right palm out of your foot. Let it rest there for a moment. Now, place the left hand above the left ear. Shoulder back, try to seal the little hole here. It's a trick, you roll the shoulder back. And then from here, you make sure that you're aligned with the edges of your mat. You go into tree pose. Remember, it's very important here to flex the bottom foot and to feel the waistline on the floor, because that brings stability. There's little tricks always. From there, inhale, up you go, stretch. Hold the strap or the big toe, open up, bring that top buttock bone forwards, and find the waistline. Find the little toe of your left foot, flex it and push it into the floor, and relax the shoulder blades into the body. Don't look down. Even breath in and even breath out. Have kindness towards you if you're wobbly. This takes practice. And then release. And onto the tummy again, hands underneath the forehead. Take a breath in and a breath out. And then roll over, come up to standing. Okay, so you're going to stand in the middle of the mat for Utthita Trikonasana. And of course, you all know that if you need support, you can place a hand on a chair seat or on a block. So we're going to do Utthita Trikonasana so that you can feel the action of the Anantasana, the previous pose in this pose. Okay, little fingers touch, bend your knees, step or jump your feet apart. So now the toes are still pointing straight forward. Take your right toes out into a 90-degree angle and the left toe slightly in. Chest is facing forwards, my forwards is the screen. Pull up the kneecaps, inhale. As you exhale, extend and go into Trikonasana. Now we've worked a lot on this also in the previous videos. So now your right buttock bone has to roll through, opening the groins. Extend into the crown of the head in this direction and then rotate around the axis of the spine. Even breaths. And the head looks forward first and then gently it turns to look at the top thumb, never forcing the neck. But it brings nice release into the neck if you do that. Your bottom eye should eventually look at your top thumb. Activate the legs. Breathe. Inhalation and exhalation. Inhale, up you come. Feet to the front. Take the left leg up, right toes in. Groins are opening. Already that buttock bone is coming forward. Inhale, both legs very active, extension. Find the leg. Roll the left buttock bone forwards, extend into the crown of the head. Keep that lengthening of the spine. Looking forward and gradually rolling the head to look at the top thumb. Never dropping the head, that makes the whole pose heavy. And breathe. You're no rush, you're no hurry, you're in a beautiful pose. And then exhale. With the inhalation, up you come. Feet to the front. Stepping or jumping your 2 feet together into Tadasana. Now stand with the feet hip width apart. And just find the quietness in your own Tadasana. Make sure your arms are working and they're not too much to the front of the body. Chest is open. You feel totally balanced. If you close your eyes, there's stillness here. So we balanced on our 2 feet, 2 legs, and release. Okay, too much talking of the yoga teacher here. So the next pose that you're going to do is Ardha Chandrasana. So let me quickly show you. From your Trikonasana, we've done this also beautiful millions of times already. You're going to go into your Trikonasana and transform into your Ardha Chandrasana. Stretching, rotating, opening up and releasing through Trikonasana. If you need support for your hand, you get support for your hand or for your forearm. Use whatever you need to get this openness in the body. The other option is, and it's absolutely worth doing it this way sometimes, is have enough support for your hands. This is maybe even too low. And just watch me here. My foot is about a little bit more than the width of my foot away from the floor. I go up, I place my hand under my shoulder, not in line with the big toe, in line with the little toe, under the shoulder. And I rotate and I open up into the wall. And I get that stability and openness and I stretch. Okay. So get whatever support under the hand and use the wall if you need it. So let's do together. Feet apart. Right leg out, left toes. Right leg out, left toes in. Inhale, exhale. Utthita Trikonasana, transforming seamlessly, beautifully into a Ardha Chandrasana. Use the wall, use the props for the arms. Open up. Get the freedom, lift the leg. Back into Trikonasana and up. Other side. Take the left leg out, right toes in. Stretch the arms. Trikonasana. Into Ardha Chandrasana. Wall, chair, whatever support you need. Find the stability. Let's iron out the fluctuations of the mind. Even breaths. And then through Trikonasana, up you come. Feet forwards. And step or jump your feet together. Why do I say step or jump? You jump if your back is healthy and happy. You step if you need to, if there's strain in the lower back or in the body. Okay. Okay, so now from here, we're going to do Prasarita Parattanasana in the following way. So let me quickly demonstrate. We'll do it together. We'll go into the pose together. Fingertips on the floor. If you can't reach, you use support. I bring my one hand underneath my face. So I center it. Other hand on the hip and I start rotating. I keep my head to the center of the mat, crown of the head. And then gradually finding my leg wherever I need to find it. Don't go too close because then I move my torso. So I've got to pull my torso back to the center line and rotate around the axis of the spine. Okay, so we go into the pose together. Standing Tadasana, hands on the hips. Find your thumbs in the little dimples on your back, on your sacroiliac joint, so you bring the elbows close and open the chest. Exhale with the inhalation, you step or jump your feet wide. Toes forwards. Chest lifted, do a little back bend, open up. Exhale, extend forwards. Hands underneath the shoulders. Get your breath. Anchor or place your left hand, or let's do it with the right hand. Right hand right in the center underneath your nose. Put the left hand on your hip. Now rotate around the axis of the spine, but first you've got to extend the crown of the head forwards to lengthen the spine. Lengthen and rotate. Come back to the center. Find that, take that hand and hold the leg. Pull back to the midline and extend into the crown of the head and rotate around the axis of the spine. Look at the ceiling. Extend into the head. Come back to center. Hands under the shoulders. Get your breath. Place the left hand under your nose. Right hand on your hip. Rotate. Lengthen your crown of your head into the center of the room. And from here, you extend, you rotate more. Face forwards. Place your left hand on your right leg. Pull towards the midline and rotate around the axis of the spine. Long spine. Breathe. Be aware of your breath. We always breathe, but bring awareness. I hope you always breathe. And then turn to face the front of the mat. Look into the room. Concave spine action. Zigzag your feet in once or twice. And if it's in it for you, you jump your 2 feet together and take the hands up into Urdhva Hasta. Otherwise, you step your feet together. And you're back in Tadasana. Now, for those of you yogis that practice headstand, this is the moment in the sequence where your headstand, your Shirshasana, will fit in beautifully. So you press pause and you do your Shirshasana. We continue. So we think that you've done Shirshasana if you needed to or wanted to do it. All of you get a chair. So we're going to sit on the chair for Bharadvajasana. So let me show you. When I sit for Bharadvajasana, I always measure. Am I halfway in my chair? Then I know I'm in the right position of my chair. If I put my hand here, it's in the middle. Feet are hip width apart. And let's put something between our legs. I like to put 2 phones between my knees because this brings spaciousness in my lower back. A roll, blanket, towel, whatever will do the same job. Check your distance. Feet are hip width apart. Feet are firmly to the floor. Take your hands up to the ceiling, interlock your thumbs, and stretch to the ceiling. Turn to face your backrest, and put the hands on either side. Lifting the spine, and turning around the axis of the spine, just like you've just done in your previous pose. Lift and turn. Lift and turn, and look over the shoulder. Take a full inhalation, complete exhalation, lift the pelvic floor, turn more. And as you come forwards, take the hands up and release. So you turn to the other side, put the blocks between your legs, the foam blocks, the blanket, the support, whatever you're using. And check your midline. Take the arms up, interlock the other thumb, stretch. So as you stretch, you really lift your torso. Turn to face your backrest, hands on either side, spine up and turn. Up you go and turn. Full inhalation, complete exhalation. Lift the spine, lift the pelvic floor. And turn even more. Soft eyes. Don't look down. And as you come back to the center, lift the hands up and release. Okay, so now turn your chairs to face if we work together here. So the first pose that we're going to do here is just watch. I'm going to sit with my legs relaxed and wide, and I'm more to the front edge of my mat. Then I'm going to reach forwards and place my hands under my shoulders here. And if you need blocks for your hands, you do so. And then I bring my hands in next to my feet and I squeeze my knees into my arms. And I get a compactness in the body as I do so. There's a pressure between the two and my abdomen goes to the spine, to the ceiling. And you're looking into the room. Okay, so let's get here together. You're sitting on the edge of the chair. Feet are nice and wide, toes slightly out. Lift the spine, extend. Place the hands first under the shoulders. Look forwards. Stretch that spine out. Now you can bring your hands a little bit deeper in and closer to your leg so that you feel a pressure between your leg and your arm. Gently work the two into each other. Figure out if it's not reaching, do you need to sit further forwards or backwards? Get that feeling of compactness. You're pressing the two into each other. And look into the room. Even breaths. Legs working, arms working. Now from here, you can just let the head go. And if you can reach the front bar or legs of the chair, you do so and you let the head release completely. And feel the connection between the legs and the outer upper arm. Work them a little bit into each other. Let the head hang completely. And then hands under the shoulders, stretch and look forwards and sit up. Okay. Now you can repeat what we've done before, but I want all of you to try the next one. So I'm sitting deep into my chair. And I find a position where I can press my hands onto the seat of the chair. So just do this for a moment. I can press and lift my buttocks slightly. And now, after a while, see what happens now. Watch. I press and I can lift my feet. And I come down. If the feet is not lifting, it's something you just keep on practicing. Don't be hard on yourself. So you first just feel, I can just lift my buttocks. Just lift the buttocks first, and then after a while, can I hinge slightly, get my balance, and lift my feet. And release. So this is something nice to practice. So get the gist of me. Now, watch what I'm going to do. This, what you've just done, can be repeated. The next pose that we're going to do is I come down, widen my knees. I stretch my hands forwards and forwards as far as I can. I walk them in, and then I get that same compactness between the knees and the arms. I come forwards onto my tippy toes and I look into the room and I lift my chest more and bring my buttocks more down. So Bakasana. So let me show again. And the other thing I wanted to say is when you practice Bakasana on your own, use a bolster for your head so that you don't crash land on your forehead. So just watch the first action, stretch and stretch. Then bring in and bring in. There must be compactness here. So there's pressure. I go onto my tippy toes. I take my navel to the ceiling. I lift and I lift and I lift and I lift. And then you come down and release. Now, if you know that you can't, now keep on trying. I want all of you to get going in your own time. If you just do this action, it's already a start. And the action is navel to the ceiling, buttocks down, chest up. So try that again, stretching forward, bring the arm in, on the tippy toes, navel to the ceiling, buttocks down and head up. That is a big challenge. And those of you on the chair, keep on going. And then release. A nice little challenge towards the end of the class. So let me show you here. Your Shavasana or pose before Shavasana is the following. You can use blocks also underneath your body for Setubandha. You all know how to do that. Let me show you. So a blanket just for softness. I crawl into my chair. And you will decide how many of these foams you're going to use. So let me just get this out of the way so that you can see what I'm doing. So feet onto the edge, careful of slipping with the blanket. One foam, another foam. It can be one upright block also, those of you that know how to do that. Use as many foams as feel good. So I can actually put the fourth one in, but I'm not going to, I don't want to waste your time here. After that, you relax your legs over the chair. So I can actually feel that if I'm higher, I'm going to have a deeper relaxation here. Careful of t-shirts that wants to get tapped. I can feel my thigh is not that neat, but there we go. Let's not get too stuck on detail. You want to relax completely. This whole area must release. After that, you're going to come out, step by step by step, and you're going to have the body flat on the floor, and you can, if you want to do your Shavasana like this, or you can go flat. Okay, so your turn. Get your chairs. If you don't have a chair, you can do you with your feet up on a wall and supporting that same sacrum. You can be, if you don't use the chair, bent legs distance away from the wall. Okay, so you bring your buttocks close to the edge of the seat of the chair when you go into the pose. Pressing with the feet, lift the buttocks, put one foam, another foam until you've got enough, or a block, and then lie with the legs over the chair. Bring yourself into your breath awareness here. Let that whole body go. Think of all the beautiful poses you've done today with a lot of breath awareness and with a little cherry on the top, a little challenge with Bakasana. Now, I'm not going to tell you when to come out of this pose because sometimes the teachers say come out and you should actually stay for a long time more. As much as we do asanas, the moment of Shavasana, the moment of doing the restorative poses is so important. And because of our busy lives, we want to snap out of everything and just move into the next moment. Try to anchor yourself to stay here even if you fall asleep. Bring the awareness to the breath. When you feel it is time to get out of this pose, you gently transition from it into a Shavasana and give yourself a beautiful moment of Shavasana. It was lovely practicing together with you. I feel energized and good. Have a wonderful rest of the day. Namaste.